Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something very different and we're going to be doing some 4D puzzle military airplane models, and I've got 6 of them right here. Yep, there it is. There's 6 of these 4D puzzles. Now this is from China. This is the Chinese 4D puzzle snap together, snap tight model kits of military airplanes. We got helicopters and jets. So here we go. So the first one I've got here, we got Apache helicopter. Now these are all in different scales, and they're meant to be more or less the same size, but they're actually in different scales. So this one is like a 1 in 115 scale. And then we've got this stealth fighter. Okay. This F-117 Nighthawk. This is a 1 in 165 scale. Okay. So there's really nothing much. I mean, and that is what you can get. Let's just zoom in a little. There we go. So this is what all the other planes you can get in this particular series. Now I didn't actually get all of them. So, and what else have we got? We got the Tomcat. This is also a very popular one. Okay, now this is like 1 in 160 scale. And the next one, we've got the A-10 Thunderbolt 2. A-10A/C Thunderbolt 2. This is also a very popular one. This is 1 in 114. Sorry, a 1 in 144 scale. Okay, now this is all, they're slightly different boxes because this one is like a different series. Each of these boxes, as you can see, they're all a different style. That's because they're from a different series. Now I'm not really sure which series is this from. Okay, and then we've got this Russian helicopter here. Okay, the Mi-24V. Okay, I think this particular helicopter, I think we recognize this particular chopper in Top Gun Maverick. And this is also 1 in 144 scale, same as the A-10 Thunderbolt. And the last one, we've got the Osprey, the V-22 Osprey. Now this is also quite popular. This is the double rotor airplane slash helicopter vehicle. Now this is also really nice models. Now, as I said, these are all from China. So, and these are snap together model kits. So you don't really need to paint these. I mean, you can just like open these up and then we can just check one out. There's the instructions. Very straightforward. A lot of Chinese characters here. So basically, this is all you got to deal with. There's a lot of plastic pieces in this. So you got a bag of parts. So there's about 2 different tone colors. So we've got, let's just clear this up. There we go. So we've got gray for the airplane, and then we've got some payload. We got the bombs, fuel tanks, even engine pieces here. They all color in beige, like a brownish color, and clear transparent plastic for the canopy, including the landing gears. So yeah, all right, so let's crack this open up. Now I'm gonna bring out the green cutting board, my modeling cutting board, and we'll just lay all the pieces out, and I'll grab my modeling tools, and then we'll get right into the build. So we've got our cutting board out, and of course we've got our sprue cutters, X-Acto knife. So we'll be using this just to trim out some of the excess plastic off the parts. If there's any flashes, that's what I mean by extra plastic pieces that sticks on, you know, that's not supposed to be where they're supposed to be. So we can use that just to trim them out, trim out the flashes. So let's just get all the parts out. Just lay them out. Most of these pieces have already been removed from the sprues from the factory. Okay, so we got our instructions here. So let's just lay out all the pieces. So there is the clear transparent pieces here for the landing gears. There's 3 of them. The cockpit canopy, just put it over there. Okay. So we got our display stand. Now all these 4D models, they all come with display stands. So there's one over here. So now we can actually, now let's just, yeah. So these are all snapped together. So you don't really need to, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. And here we have our beige parts here. Engines, the engine nozzle, and we got our, looks like one of these payloads, missiles, fuel tanks maybe. Just put them over there. And the rest over here, these gray pieces, these are all the parts for the F-14. All right. So it looks like we got some excess plastic sticking out. There we go. Yeah, you can clearly see there are a couple of flashes there, so we're gonna have to trim those out. I mean, they're all apparent. I mean, most of these, they all have a little cleaning to do before we can actually connect the pieces together. Now, like I said, these are all snap tights, so may require glue if you need like a little super glue in case the pieces are a little too loose. So I'm going to show you guys on trimming the excess. Okay, there we go. Let's start off with this piece over here. So looks like we've got, no, that's not a flash, is it? That's not a flash? All right. I'm not sure about that part over there. Not sure that's a flash, but that's confirmed a flash. So I'm gonna use this X-Acto knife and just carefully trim the excess off. There we go. All right. So there's another flasher at the back there. Now these models are not 100% perfect, but the molding, the shapes is actually not too bad. For a model that's made in China, I mean, it's actually not too bad. Okay, this part is clean, so we can actually put it right over there. And there's the nose cone for the Tomcat. Okay. Yeah, there's a flash over there, so we can just carefully trim that off. Okay, there we go. Okay. There's another flash over there. Small flash. Let's carefully trim it out. And I think there we go. We're good. We're good to go. Okay. Let's focus on that. There we go. Not too bad. So that's another part clean. So we'll be right back, guys, after I cleaned up all the pieces and remove all the rest of those. I've got all the parts cleaned up, and I just got this super glue just in case that we need to glue some parts that are loose. So let's get right into the build itself. So the first thing we have to do is to take the nose cone. Okay, now this goes, make sure this is the right way around. So I think that's the right way. And now we need to find the cockpit canopy, which is these two pieces here. So these two actually go together like this. Okay. And then we grab the cockpit canopy. Just push it in. That's a very tight squeeze. This part right here, this piece goes inside here. Just like that. That's a tight one. Okay. And up next, this goes here. The wings goes here. Yeah. So that's the right way for the wings. So we gotta make sure that this goes the right way, because these are little teeth right here that does this. So this is actually one of the fun parts of the F-14. The wings can splay open, and it's on these grooves here, these teeth grooves, that makes the wings goes out, in and out like that. Okay. So now we need to grab this part over here. Okay, that's the back, that's the front. So this actually goes right on top here. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And now we can connect this piece here. There we go. Nice click sound. Okay. Okay, there we go. Just get that to focus. All right. And now, the next step, we have to grab the tail section. Now we're moving to the back part. So now we need to think, yeah, that's the right way. Okay, I think, yeah, the tail slides in like this. Okay, that's the right way. And now we need to slide in the stabilizer fins. Okay. Stabilizer fin goes in like that. And this one goes here just like this. Now the only way to get this to secure, because this piece actually fits in like this. So the only way to get this done, we might have to use a little super glue, because this part here is quite loose. So we got our little glue. Oops, it's leaking a little. So we're just gonna have to just put a little dab of super glue. Whoops. Yeah. Alright, so there's the tail. I've finally managed to glue the horizontal stabilizers in place. Put just a little dab of glue inside there. And now I put this back part there. Now we can proceed with the engine nozzles. Now the engine nozzles, they go in a specific way. So like this. They just push right in. So that's very tight. Very, very tight. So we don't really need glue for this one. And there we have it. And now we can now proceed to combine the rest of the plane. And there we have it. So there's the fuselage, all completed. Now all we need to do, at least the wings are working very nicely, very good. Okay, now let's connect the canopy in. There's the canopy, fits right in, just like that. I've now managed to put all the missiles and the payloads. Now it looks just like that. Now we just need to put the landing gears on. So the front gear slides in just like that. And now the back gear goes in like this. There we go. Doesn't require any glue. These are very tight, nice and tight. Okay, we got to be very careful, especially when you push these parts in. You don't want to break it. So there you go. There we have it. There's the F-14, fully completed. Now, let's just put it on the display stand. Okay. It's actually a very nice model, even though it is very simple. Now this is all straightforward for a budget 4D puzzle model making. This is very, very cool. And at least it has a functional wings, which is really interesting. At least it's not too loose, it's tight. Now the details are actually pretty good. Not too bad for a small model. It's got some really nice intricate details all around. Just open the wings. There you go. Now for a budget model, this is very nice. For those of you who buy these models and just build it straight out from the box and display it however you want is no problem. I mean, for me, I'm actually doing this in this case. I will just be building these and then just build them out of the box and then just put them on display. It actually doesn't look too bad. Alright, so I'll be right back with the rest of the build. Now I've got another 5 more models and I'm going to complete those, and in the end I'm going to show you guys the entire collection and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're back with the finished product. Everything's all done now. I've managed to get this all done within an hour. Experience wise, the build experience is very good. Unfortunately, there were a few bumps along the way, especially I have a problem with my F-117 Nighthawk over here, which is, well, it seems complete. However, it is missing its landing gears. Yeah, I noticed that in the box, they only have the parts for the airplane and the display stand, but unfortunately, the landing gears have been misplaced. I don't know what happened there. So, nonetheless, but the display stand is very loose. It doesn't fit in very well. It's actually very loose, so it's not very tight. But nonetheless, it's okay. It's not too bad. But everything else is Okay, everything else is complete. The Thunderbolt has a loose stand as well. I mean, these models are not exactly 100%, but they're not meant to be played with. These are actually models, so it's a lot better if you put some glue there and then stick the stand in there. So you just want to display this rather than play with it. It's not really meant for play. So there you go. There's the A10. Details are very nice. All gray, clear canopies. Landing gears are clear as well. And these weapons, they are very difficult to put in as well. I mean, I busted my fingers by doing them. They're very, very hard. At least they're stiff, but need some modification. Need to use some trimming, filing, a little sanding there, just to get those weapons to go inside. But nonetheless, they all look good. I have to use some super glue as well to secure the model in place. It looks awesome. Now, unfortunately, the A10 is kind of back heavy, so it doesn't want to stand. So it's a lot better if you put it on the stand like this. So nonetheless, we'll just leave it off the stand first. And there are 2 extra bombs that comes with the A10. Now these bombs, I'm unable to fit this to the bottom of the A10. Reason why, because I want this to be on the display stand. See, the bombs fits right there in these 2 fittings here, and the display stand is right where the bombs go. So literally you have an option to leave this out, or but problem is the plane is very back heavy and you need to put some extra weights in here. So that means you have to do modifications in here by putting a lot of weight in the front part here so that it can actually stand on its front landing gear. If you want all those bombs, in this spot right there. But nonetheless, it's not too bad. I mean, it's okay. So there's just an option for you, but I prefer it on the display stand. At least it looks a lot better. So we can just leave these 2 bombs out of the way. And now, the next one I want to show you guys is this Russian helicopter, the Mi-224V. This is actually the helicopter. Let's just clear this up a little. There we go. This is the helicopter as seen in Top Gun Maverick. And this is also based off a real helicopter as well. It's got rotating rotors, which is very, very nice. Unfortunately, the back rotors don't turn. They're all fixed in. This is all green plastic. Got some transparent windows, canopy. The front gun over here is able to go up and down. At least there's one of the features. Got your missiles. Very, very nice detail on this helicopter. And the next one, we got the Apache helicopter. Now this one on the display stand is very tight. Now the color for the Apache on this variant, you got this like a blue, this bluish gray plastic, clear windows, clear landing gears, and of course even the gun is clear. The missiles, these weapons, the weapons pods, they're all clear plastic, which is a kind of a shame though. I mean, I would prefer if 4D Puzzles, this company that built these models, I really wish they made this the same color as the fuselage rather than clear plastic. Now the rotors, I'm not sure whether if I can rotate this. They do spin to a degree, but they stop kind of halfway. So it's not as loose as the other Russian helicopter. The back rotors are fixed. It's got some good amount of detail. Not bad. The V-22 Osprey. Now this one is also a very nice build. I really enjoy building this one. This is actually one of my favorites. The building experience for this one is very, very, very good. Really like it. At least there's not too many clear parts. Only the canopy and the landing gears are clear, and everything else is all gray. And that's how it's supposed to be. I prefer it this way. This is what 4D Puzzles should do. So I prefer this version, this color one, compared with the others. The Russian helicopter is not too bad. At least the weapons are all green. Even the rotors are green. Only the canopy and the landing gears are transparent plastic. But the Apache, however, unfortunately, there are hits and misses with this one. I mean, I don't mind the clear transparent wheels and the cockpit canopy, but those weapons, they shouldn't be clear. And the machine gun at the front there, that shouldn't be clear. That should be the same color as the body of the helicopter. The Osprey, well, let's just remove this off the stand so we can actually have a closer look at it. It's got very good details. Now, the engines are maneuverable. You can actually turn this, so you can actually turn it like this in flight mode or like this in landing mode. Same goes for the other side. They actually turn. This side actually is a little tight, but I was able to, you know, wriggle it until it's loose a little. So this one actually turns very well. Now the rotor blades, they do turn. I mean, I didn't put glue in this, so you can actually turn this, but they're very stiff. So, I mean, to a certain degree, but as I said, this is a model, not a toy, but nonetheless, you can actually rotate the props to however you want them to be. So it's very nice. It's actually a very nice model, guys. Highly recommended. I mean, I think this one, the A-10 Thunderbolt, the Russian helicopter, and the F-14 Tomcat is by far the best one out of this lot. It's a very nice model. Very, very nice. Alright guys, hope you liked today's video on these 40 puzzle military airplane model builds. If you enjoy more of this stuff, please like and subscribe to the channel. And give a big thumbs up, guys. I'll see you guys again next time. Cheers and have a great day.